with you, by your side, the whole time.
That was a
Is it
cute
done?
moment.
Soon he'll be your jackal. Get ready to play something lively. Your father needs your help. Show him that you are the jewel in his crown.
That pressure. Be the good princess.
The love between you and the queen. It's beautiful to witness. Oh, to marry for love. To have that choice.
You have been watching closely. Which of Adria's sons would you choose?
None of them. She should marry me.
You are a funny one.
Pain in his eyes. I will say I agree. None. But it's because as a father of a girl, no, I will not let her marry any guy who thinks she's the lucky one. And all of them think that Mikhail's the lucky one, not the other way around. It's my own personal opinion. I don't know if they're implying that they did something. So it's pretty subtextual.
Everyone?
When they went for a walk.
I have an announcement. After long consideration, I have decided that this marriage will be between my lovely daughter, Mirav, and that one?
Jordan.
Mirav and Jordan. May God bless them in this holy union.
Yes, I suppose one is as good as the other. To the happy couple!
Don't go, David.
Is this a trick?
I don't know. I think we should smile.
Are you sure?
I am sure. Are you happy with this?
If the king wills it, then who am I to say no? Right?
Golly, I told you this episode is so good. Okay. First off, David seeing the Queen and Saul, how happy they were together, and the thinking that maybe he could use that to his advantage to try to convince Saul to do something else, and kind of doing so in the long run. But and then saying he should marry Mikhail, and Saul just losing it, laughing his head off. That was a good moment. David just looking absolutely, just completely emasculated and so embarrassed. The actor did a great job with that. It was so funny. So Marab comes in and she's laughing with this guy and smiling, and they're acting like they like each other. And Saul looks down at Mikhail and she's on the verge of tears, and he loves his daughter. And he loves his other daughter too, and he makes a snap decision of, this is making her sad, this is making her miserable, I don't want to do that. Wait, there's a way out. And so there's this sudden change that it changes everything, and he thinks, wait, I can have her do it instead. Then we have the additional text of what was happening before. I like how Jonathan's trying to encourage Mikhail and try to give her strength, saying, I'm proud of you, and putting his arm on his shoulder. And then the first thing that he does is ask Marab if she's okay. And the way that she says yes is so funny, like trying to be all demure and, this is my duty, but then breaking into a smile and a laugh, and he knows what it means, and they hug each other. It was so good. And the brief moment between Marab and Jordan where they're like, okay, we're in this together now. Smile, try to play it off. I don't know what to do. But then you also have the added thing of now Marab is the princess. She's the chosen one for once, and it's like a double thing of, wait, I actually like this guy, and father's giving me to him, but also I'm the union now. I'm taking Mikhail's place for once inside something good and helpful, and I'm contributing to my family. Oh gosh, that moment, it was so good. It's so good. And on top of all of that, it broke the tension of everything that was happening. There is still, David's the anointed one inside of the current king's palace, but now Mikhail's off the hook, so she doesn't feel tension. Saul feels relieved about the decision. He feels like it was the better one to make, and he actually feels good about it. Even Jonathan, you could tell from his limited interaction that he feels better about this. Marab feels better about this, and now David doesn't feel like he has to say something to her because there's not a ticking clock of less than an hour in which to try to woo this girl. Now she's not going to be engaged to anybody, which takes the tension off of Eliab to do anything. But there is still a little bit of Yoab is like, wait a second, you like her too? I won't stand for this. It's a really good culmination of everything and a breath that came out because of how that was resolved. It's just really good. I like that door. Yeah, this is probably not that big of a castle to be filmed in, so, use the locations you have. That's beautiful, though. Golden hour. Magic hour? Magic hour. No joke, first time that I held a girl's hand, I was 19, and this is honestly how it went about. Like, it was that cautious.
Go.
Run, David, run. Like, how she feels like even that was too much. Not that great.
You're full of surprises today.
I was the surprised one to look across the hall, see you with a man happy, laughing.
I did not think you still cared about my happiness.
How could you say that?
It is no secret Michal is your favorite. She is your light. I understand. She always acts exactly as she should.
And you act as you wish, just like your mother. You are my first daughter. I'm always thinking of your happiness. You will keep Adrian on his toes.
The house of Saul will not be divided. You have my word.
Continuing on, that was really good too. Who wrote this episode? Holy cow, I need to look that up. This is the only episode she wrote. Her name is Laura Keener, and it looks like she was pretty involved in the show This Is Us. That's her only other writing credit, but she has 55 episodes where she got a credit on. Don't know if that means that she wrote it or what. That's a lot of writing. She's clearly talented. This is an excellently written episode. So, Laura Keener, she doesn't have any upcomings on IMDb. I'll have to keep an ear out for her because this is good writing. I love the moment of him saying that she reminds him of his wife, and not in a creepy way. Of her saying, I know you prefer my sister because she's, so dutiful and quiet and demure, and she's the perfect princess. And he's like, yeah, but you're like the woman I married. I love you too because you have that same spark in you. And you may think that makes you a bad princess, but it makes you my daughter and my wife's daughter, and I love you. But then also the little twist at the end of saying that he realizes that if he's sending his daughter into enemy territory, she's the best one to do it because she has the same spark as his wife and her mother, and Mikhail may not really stand up against them or be a bit of a thorn in their side, but she will, and she'll try to keep them from turning against Saul, and she'll definitely be a spy or whatever it takes in order to keep the House of Saul together and in power. That makes her feel important and needed, and that feels good, especially when you didn't think that it was that way. We never really thought that any of my parents had favorites, but we knew that we were each better gifted for certain situations. And we had one sister that she was the best at making my dad laugh. We never thought that he loved her more or anything, but anytime he was in a bad mood, she was one of the younger ones, and me and my oldest sister, we would try to make him be alone with her for a little while because it would put him in a good mood and make him start laughing. So I understand the whole thing of Mikhail makes Saul smile. A lot of times that's just because one child is better at bringing out certain aspects of parents' personalities. Doesn't mean favorite. I have one child that is honestly wittier than the others. It makes me laugh a lot just by saying things, and I don't love the others less. That one is just better at making me laugh. But having that moment with Saul of him saying, well, yeah, she does, but that doesn't mean that I love her more. It's a really good scene. And the way they wrote it, it's not just a denial or a saying, no, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. Feeling pat and rote. And, I'm saying this because this is what I'm supposed to say. I'm not supposed to have a favorite. We learned that from our forefather, Jacob. They wrote it in such a way that it feels real. No, of course, she's not my favorite. I don't have a favorite. Well, maybe Jonathan. But I love you differently, and you bring out other things in me. And it's just a really heartfelt father-daughter scene that also helps with character arcs and moving the story forward. This is really good writing.